Hello, this is Richie from PlayStationCountry.com, and I'm taking a look at Aqua Kitty Milk Mine Defender DX, which is a cross-buy title for PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 4. We've got the PS4 version here, and it is quite strange. So the plot of Aqua Kitty is that cats have run out of milk and have resorted to digging for it underneath the oceans. Yeah, what this actually translates as is a 2D side-scrolling Defender clone. If you've never played Defender, you're not missing much. It's a balls-hard shooter from the 80s, which is inexplicably popular with Americans. But ultimately that means 2D side-scrolling action with a wraparound play field, and when you're not shooting things or avoiding bullets, you're trying to rescue cats from being abducted, as you see here. Just saved one, he floats back down. If I don't save him in time, he disappears. You lose all your cats, the level ends. But also there's, you know, bonuses and points and a sort of gold medal for rescuing all the cats on each level, and I think there's a trophy attached to it, so you might want to do that, especially if you're a cat person. Aqua Kitty has two modes. The regular mode, which is what you're seeing here, and an arcade mode, which is almost identical to what you're seeing here. The only difference is how the power-ups are managed. In regular mode, your power-ups come and go and they're timed, so you pick them up, they last for a few seconds, they disappear. In arcade mode, you get to actually select them and keep them unless you get hit by anything, and it works a lot more like an old game called Gradius, which is another balls hard shooter from the 80s, but this time a lot more popular with Japanese people. Now certainly on first impressions, this game did appear to be pretty awful, especially in comparison to Resogun, which it's kind of similar to in that they're both Defender clones, but Resogun's incredibly awesome, possibly the best thing on the PS4, whereas this kind of looks like a public domain game from the Commodore Amiga. However, whilst I went through the game and completed it, I actually found myself enjoying it. The sort of controls are okay once you get used to them. It's quite enjoyable trying to save all the cats. There's a good level of challenge as the game progresses, and you know, it's not too bad overall. I mean, yes, the gameplay is really kind of shallow. Ugh. You think I've made an awful pun there, don't you? Not intended, but anyway, it is shallow, but you know, it's also, that's an arcadey thing. It's a throwback to the old arcade games, and you know, that's what you're going to get from this sort of thing. It's going to be pick up and play. Even more so on the Vita, where you know, it's quite a convenient game to just have a few minutes on before your battery life runs out. If you're a fan of retro shooters and you don't own Resogun, then for God's sake buy Resogun. But if you own that and you fancy something that's like it but not quite as good, and you don't think that all cats are evil, then maybe you want to check this game out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Come and visit us on PlayStationCountry.com, or I'll send round a cat to claw off your face as you sleep.